Thank you for turning to NBC 10, the team you trust. This is NBC 10 News at 6.
Good afternoon. Welcome to News Channel 10. I'm Rob Anderson. In last week's Spotlight on Plunderdome, we talked to key witness, Providence businessman Antonio Freitas. This week, we talked to another witness of the Plunderdome trial, former Providence Building Board of Review member, Stephen Antonsen. Let's take it to our unique interview with Stephen Antonsen, only seen here on News Channel 10 News.
My relationship started with the mayor back in 1990. I was his campaign advance person, so I used to do a lot of the homework for him before he went to events, things to that nature, finding out who was there, who wasn't there, so that he would know ahead of time what people he was going to bump into. Then after being involved in the campaign in 1990, I was appointed to the Providence Building Board of Review approximately about 2.5, 3 years after, the campaign of 1990. So we had somewhat of a personal friendship of each other and also a business. I was employed at the Providence Civic Center, which is a city building at that time. It was run by the Providence Civic Center Authority. I was also appointed to the Providence Building Board of Review, which oversees variances with building projects within the city. I was actually sitting on the couch in my living room. Channel 10, I believe it was, had a shot of the U.S. Attorney at the time, was Margaret Curran, and I believe Dennis Aiken from the Federal Bureau of Investigation was there. And she was making a statement that, if anyone had any information to come forward. And then there was a clip of the mayor saying that he never spoke to anyone on the Providence Building Board. And that's when it really hit home, like, what is happening? Because we did have conversations.
Audio tapes were one of the main evidence in the Plunderdome trial against Vincent Cianci. Stephen Antonsen was the owner of some of them.
What happened was, when the grand jury was convened, many months before I was called, they picked their witnesses that they needed. It was funny, I was called by the FBI numerous times, and my son took a message and he messed up the name. So how I found about my involvement was I was actually on the throne in the bathroom, and my wife brought the phone in to me, and she said, "It's the FBI." So I answered the phone, and it was Dennis Aiken of the FBI, and he wanted to have a conversation with me. We agreed to meet the following day. And that's when all my testimony and my information that I knew became relevant to the FBI, even though that they already had it because they had the time and the money in the world to investigate. But the way the tapes came about was I was supposed to go to the grand jury, and there was that day they had all the department heads from the city of Providence there. And what their plan was that they brought me in, they paraded me in front of all the department heads and brought me to a different room, knowing that all the department heads would go back to the mayor and say, "Steve Antonsen is testifying," because no one knows who's testifying. It's a secret grand jury. And it was funny, as soon as I got out of the building, I saw people that politically connected, I saw drive by and things like that. And I no sooner got home, before I got home, I was heading home, and my wife said that Linda from the mayor's office called. So at that point I called the FBI, and they more or less knew that once they paraded me in front of his people, that he'd be calling me. And that's exactly what took place. That they knew that he would call me once I get home, and I notified them. They came to the house, they put the tape recorder, onto the phone, and off it went. And I didn't even testify to the grand jury as of yet, and that's, the role that we played, in reference to get him to more or less tell me what he wanted done. It was different, I'd tell you, it was scary.
Buddy Cianci's book right here, Prince of Providence, right? Why is it there? Well, Stephen Antonsen was part of the book, and many pages too.
Mike Stanton actually interviewed me for about 4 hours. We had a great conversation in reference to all the questions that he asked me, in reference to, my relationship with the mayor. And yes, my family is in it, along with myself. It's a great book. Mike went from the beginning of his tenure as a politician within the city of Providence right to the very end. It's a great book. It's detailed. It hits right to the point.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather with Kelly Bates.
It looks like the end of our beautiful weather is in sight. In fact, you're looking at it right now. A cold front is on its way. I'll tell you the timing and how much time you have left to enjoy this beautiful weather coming up right after the break.
Closed captioning on NBC 10 brought to you by Cardi's Furniture Superstores. Same-day deliveries 7 days a week.
Things before they happen.
The man who can see the future saw something he wasn't supposed to. This Friday, get rid of him. He has to stop what's coming next.
You have one way out of this. That wasn't it.
Next, rated PG-13, Friday.
Let's take it to Kelly Bates with the weather. Kelly?
Well, good afternoon. We've seen some interesting things go on with our temperatures so far. We made it up to 70 in Warwick and Providence, and the last report had it drop down to 76. Well, what's going on? Well, we are taking wind from the south after all. It is off the chilly waters. We'll be up to around 79 in Providence. Your anticipated high 83 for Foster, Willimantic, 81 for Taunton. Again, those gusts have the potential of being really, really gusty. In fact, we could see them up to 35 miles an hour. Your planner shows a mix of sun and clouds for Tuesday morning, then clearing for late Tuesday, and then Wednesday night is really our next big precipitation event we have on the horizon. We could see about an inch of rain.
In other news, the Boston Red Sox remain on fire against the Yankees. You ask why? Because they hit 4 home runs. Seems small, right? But they hit 4 in a row. Let's go straight to the highlights. Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees.
On its way, and goodbye over everything onto the streets of Boston. That ball is hit deep. J.D. Drew has gotten a hold of one on its way and out of here.
1-1, a swing and a fly ball high and deep to left field, and it's 3 home runs in a row for the Red Sox. The 1-0 to Varitek, and a swing and a ball hit high and deep to left. It's gone. 4 in a row.
Bottom 7, Scott Proctor in for relief. The pitch. 5-4 Yanks, not anymore. He's cool as the other side of the pillow. Mike Lowell. 3-run jack, and the Sox go up 7-5. 7-6 Red Sox bring in the best closer to face the best hitter. Robthebomb. 7-6 man on first. Grounded to Lowell. He's going to put it at 2, and that is the game. 7-6 Red Sox win. 12-5 Red Sox. Oof, let me tell you, those Red Sox are really on track. That's it for today, but stay tuned for next time on News Channel 10 News.
Thank you for turning to NBC 10, the team you trust.